Hi, and welcome to World 3 Podcast Wake Up and Stand Strong. My name is Aliana. I'm a spiritual mentor, medium, energy healer. And today I have Alex with me. Welcome, Alex. It's great to see you. We go way back here online. And now we connected again because I felt called to speak to you now because I really felt that those that are here to listen deserve to be here in this energy where it can be simple when we just show up as who we are with what we got. So, Alex, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Anne. It's so beautiful to be here.
Hmm.
So beautiful to be here. And yeah, I'm Alex. I'm an intuitive healer and embodiment artist. I'm originally from Devon, but the other part of my roots are in Spain, which is where I am now, currently,
Hmm.
and temporarily. But yeah, I'm the founder of Truth and Healing Therapies and the founder of the Sacred Dance Haven.
Hmm.
And both of these spaces have been created really from my own healing and how I want to express and help my beloveds around me to be able to come to their full potential and heal their wounds, to be able to really offer what I know they have to offer, what we all have to offer, which is pure light and greatness into the world. So, yeah, I'm just really honored to be in this space
Yeah.
and especially with you. And it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
everything is, everything's really opening up at the moment and it's a really powerful time. So,
It is.
yeah,
Now we're here in June, and June is just what I've
can't believe it. I
received.
cannot believe it's June. What on earth is going on?
I've been overwhelmed for a week now. I've been sharing so many messages, about this month to come, where it's just everything in this month is just about seeing the beauty and feeling the beauty and then just inviting all of this beauty in. And
Yes.
so I'm really honored that you here on the 3rd of June to me, because this is a very special day to me. It's my horse birthday today, so I'm already in the celebrating mode.
Happy birthday. What's your horse's name?
Uh, Funny enough, her name is See Me.
See mean.
Yeah, see me, like see me.
See me. Oh my god, I love that. That is awesome.
But when
Happy solar return to see me.
yeah, and maybe it's that energy because when you're with her, she's just all about see me. So when you're with her, that energy just rubs off. Like,
Yes.
oh, is it this simple to lift your chest up high and go this way and go this way and look at me?
I love seeing you with your horses. Honestly, it just brings back, it reminds me of my childhood, really. Like my grandparents' farm full of horses and the stables, and we had horses as well. My dad actually turned our garage into a stable
Oh,
when we were younger. We had three horses. Yeah, I just love horses are such a it's a they're freedom spirit animals, right?
yeah.
Yeah, such beautiful animals.
Did you ride when you grew up?
I was too young, really. I never really got. I maybe sat on the horse and maybe trotted slightly, but otherwise I was just like, grooming and stroking and yeah, just
Yeah,
being in that energy.
yeah. So you grew up with them, and here on my wall, I also have the one that the sound of hooves on the ground defines freedom, and
Oh, yes.
that to
I
me
love
is
that.
just everything, and that is the energy I feel here with you, and that is why I invited you to join me here today because there's something about you that just sends out the sound of freedom. And when it's with this sound of freedom, it's because I've seen you dance online and what you just shared with what you've created in the way that you're here to help others and when you show up. So where you are today, see, that is just the one question that I feel called to ask you that What choice did you make to be where you are today?
Yeah, that question is such an awesome question. The choice that I made was that I was going to fully commit. I was going to go all in on my healing.
Yeah.
No more, oh, I'll just do a bit and then I'll do that and that. No, I was committing.
Mm.
This really happened to me, I'd say like four years ago was the real solid commitment, to self, that no more would I continue the way I was continuing.
Yeah.
I used to, okay, I'm just going to go into a bit of my story because
Yeah.
I feel I'm here to inspire and really give others hope. So I might just go into my full story
Yeah.
if that's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that was the real like committing fully to self at that point. But before that, so how it kind of, my journey really began when I experienced sexual trauma when I was 13 years old.
Mm.
And that moment that happened at such a young age, I did not know how to process it, let alone express it.
Mm.
So my throat chakra, and I didn't realize what was going on then, but now with all the healing and my learning and everything and helping others, I know what happened. So because I couldn't express then, my throat chakra was completely shut down.
Yeah.
The blocked energy there was chronic, and it came out in a hypothyroid, and then went into various other autoimmunities. And I then, with my sort of circle of influence, I began taking drugs the next year. At 14 years old, I started taking pretty heavy, not the heaviest drugs, but pretty heavy drugs. And I was just running away from myself for years and years and years. But also I was in a space where from a very young age, I just felt my light inside of me. I knew I was here for something huge, as we all are,
Yeah.
and I felt that. And so I was always as well wanting to serve. So yeah, I knew as well, I was so in touch with my intuitive healer inside. Like I was always looking for plants and like alternative, or not alternative, like the way, the holistic way to treat ourselves. And I was always there to help my family and whatever. But so I went into holistics. As time went on, I went into do holistic therapy studies and trained in various modalities. And then as well, I went into being a support worker, and that went on for 14 years of my life, helping children and adults with various levels of autism and various things, which I know as well can be healable now.
Mm.
So yeah, that was my life for many years. And then I experienced more trauma in my early 20s, and then I basically got to a breaking point. I got to a breaking point about 4 years ago, where I just had to stop absolutely everything. I had to leave my job. I quit my job. I quit my course. I left a 7-year relationship. I left the country I was living in.
Mm.
And I was just like, Alex, you need to stop. All my hair was falling out. My anxiety was through the, like, it was just unbearable. Like I could not function, basically.
Mm.
And the only answer for me was to just take myself out of every situation. And then that moment, taking myself and just being somewhere, no job, no boyfriend, no work, nothing around me that I knew, in Spain. And I was just like, and that's when I basically sank into what I can describe as, a very black hole.
Yeah.
And I was basically in silence for quite a long time.
Mm.
And this silence, it was the most unnerving thing I've ever experienced. But as well, what I know now is that my thyroid was actually in healing. You
Mm.
know, we don't need to, at the time, I was like, what are people going to think of me? I'm not talking, you know, they're going to think something's wrong with me. And I was very much in my own head with those thoughts, believing my thoughts,
Yeah.
my negative thoughts. But actually, when we are silent and when we don't want to speak, it's okay. Like the thyroid is actually healing then. But yeah, so that time was intense, but that moment, and also actually something that was the poignant time before I left, I actually, yeah, when I had left Brighton to go to London, and then prior to that leaving London, but I had a moment where I had, I used to drink a lot. So I was drinking, I had, yeah, drank so much, and I had actually woken up where I was, this is quite graphic, but I was being sick and I had burnt my esophagus in the morning. And that was the moment when it was like, I am basically, you know, killing myself slowly here.
Yeah.
So that was that I just wanted to express that, because that was the real poignant, like, you know, that committing to self when things are that, you know,
Mm.
just like, yeah, just like, this is not how I want my life to be, you know.
Mm.
But anyway, yes, so that breakdown moment as well, and then being in Spain and that all happening, and then just realizing that I had to fully come back and listen to my heart,
Yeah.
and what was my heart really saying to me. You
Mm.
know, what was it that I really want to do? Tony Robbins was a very, very poignant man in my life at that particular time. I went to see him in London at the Unleash the Power Within.
Yeah.
And just to be around that many souls and to have his energy like right next to me, I just felt that what I felt inside of me is there, like it's in front of me, like I can get there, because I can, what we see in our minds, we can feel in our hands, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just there was all this kind of darkness going on, but there was so much inspiration and opportunity around me. And yeah, basically that moment was for me to decide that now I'm going to do things how I really want to do them.
Mm.
And I'm not going to do things because I feel like I should be doing them. It's like, if we, you know, we have the ability to make that choice,
Yeah.
and that when we have to really listen to ourselves, we have to really honor like what is really going on inside, not surface, like not what we tell the people in the street.
Mm.
Okay, no, actually I'm dying inside, and I really need some, you know, I need some help. I need to know how to get out of this. But actually it's like the tuning into self and to heart, and to just acknowledge it,
Mm.
and just be like, you know, I'm worthy of listening to that voice, that subtle voice of the heart inside, and I'm worthy to be following my dreams, and to know that actually the power that I have within me. And it's like, it's kind of, you go back full circle, you know, because I was always a dancer. I was always a dancer as a child, and I went into gymnastics and various other trainings of dance and modalities. And it was coming back to that. And actually that was another moment in Brighton when I'm like, I've got to get out of this space for a moment and just go to a dance class. And it inspired me again that this is me, this is my fire, this is my passion. So why am I not doing this?
Yeah.
Like, why am I not doing this
Yeah.
full force?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, when we do that thing full force and just go for it, and actually just block everything else out, which can be hard at times.
Yeah.
But just be like, no, this is me,
Mm.
this is me. And I'm doing it no matter what anybody else says
Mm.
or what other situation is showing up for me. I am focusing on this because it's my love, it's my heart, and that will get me through.
Mm.
And that is what brought me fully through. And then, yeah, for me, I started going on a marketing platform and seeing more souls doing it and getting inspired, and that, which is where we met.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, so this is how I'm here today.
Yeah. So, so that day where you said you know, that day where you really woke up and felt that, okay, I cannot continue to go down this road, was it already, and you said before that sometimes there were days where you were so much in your head, but that day, was that day different from the other days where you would normally be in what would be your, you know, your daily living? So that day when you were in that
Mhm.
moment, and when you say the voice from the heart, did was it more
Mm.
clear than it would normally be that day?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. It was just like, it was like that kind of, it was a wake up. It was
Yeah,
a huge wake up. Like,
yeah,
whatever you've been doing is not getting you to where you want to be.
yeah,
It's not like, and knowing that that was when I was still on medication as well, which was something that I wanted to get off, which now I'm 2 years medication free,
yeah,
which is really, yeah, I'm just super, super happy about. And it is so possible, and we don't need to be on it. But it was like that, like, I'm never going to get off this chemical if I'm just constantly, you know, putting more suppression inside of me. So yeah, it was a real, like, it was a shock. It was a shock, but a good shock, like, yeah, that snap round. Like, now it's really time to do something completely different,
yeah.
because all of that is not doing it for me.
Mm.
So yeah.
Did you dance in that time of your life where you feel that
Mm.
you faced that moment? Did you dance at that time?
I did, and that was the thing that brought me round. And in fact, I'm still in touch with my a dance teacher now who was really part of my journey, and
Mm.
she wasn't aware of that. But I would go to the dance classes and I would just be all me, on the dance floor, and then
Mm.
but not really talk to anyone. you know I was still, I would be immersed in that heart space, and the joy and the love and the smiles, and then but I wasn't really connecting when I was off the dance floor, because I was then leaving that space and going back into a space that was not serving me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but yeah, the dance at that moment was very, very poignant, because it just kind of solidified to me that this is it you know
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So where you are in Spain now, and with everything that you're currently showing up here with, also online,
Yeah.
do you feel fully connected to that space, just like on the dance floor?
Yeah, it's a very different experience. But as well, I feel it kind of adds another layer of magic,
Yeah,
because it creates more of an immersive experience. I mean, for me, it's been a bit of a bumpy road, like, just with things like, technicalities like audio, and just, I've been so wanting to get this, like, amazing audio experience for people. At the beginning, it was wobbly,
mm,
but now it's like the audio is amazing. People are really able to immerse themselves in it and get transformations. Yesterday, I held a beautiful space, a chakra alignment, and powerful dance where these stunning souls showed up, as they were. And that's something I really invite into my space. Like, you know, show up as you are. You don't have to show up all lightness and joy, and if you do, that's amazing. I
Mhm.
invite all of it, but it's like the dance that I offer is to come and be. We work through our different states of being.
Yeah,
So we work through the subtle bodies, and we work through the fear, the anger, the sadness, and then we end in the joy and the compassion. It's a full, yeah, it's a full healing experience.
yeah,
So, but yeah, it's very different, but but I'm really anchoring into the space now of offering dance in this way, and I feel people are really gaining benefit from it, and
yeah,
that's just going to keep growing.
yeah,
The community that I've now just started on Facebook is I came off Facebook for a bit because I wasn't quite sure that platform was, yeah, I just wasn't quite sure about where I was going on that platform. So, but now I made the choice to come back on. I'm like, I'm
yeah,
coming back on to purely make a community, to start a community, and everything I've been getting since then has just been positive. So I'm going to keep building there, and yeah, it's a beautiful space.
so the people that are already showing up in the space that you've created, will they also have the chance to work one-on-one with you?
Yes, yes. So I offer, yeah, because obviously the group space isn't for everybody, and I fully, fully respect that. And yeah, so I offer one-on-one
Yeah,
embodiment and healing sessions,
yeah,
which is super powerful. And before then, we get to connect, on a call, like an hour call, getting to know each other, and seeing where you're at and seeing how I can help. And then yeah, we'll have the one-on-one sessions, and I'm also offering a 14-week program, which is where we go through each of the chakras and reset every area of our life through the chakras,
yeah,
which I know you do
yeah,
beautifully. So yeah, but in that as well, my modalities are embodiment and
yeah.
chakra alignment. So
Yeah, what would be so after these 14 weeks, what can one expect after these 14 weeks?
it's basically a full alignment and coming back to your your authentic self,
Yeah,
really, coming back to your ultimate truth, standing strong in who you are. But the resetting of each chakra, it's so deeply transformative. I mean, I could talk about this for, for quite a
yeah,
while. But it's like we go into the inner child healing, which is based in the root chakra. We address nutrition, we address our emotions on a very deep level, which is the emotions for me is, because I healed my physicality through the emotion,
yeah,
like, and I've seen it for years and years and years. It happens,
yeah,
it's happening on a regular basis, and it's just so powerful. So it's yeah, you can heal physically. Anything that is showing up physically for you,
yeah,
for whoever's out there, is healable
yeah,
through the emotions,
yeah,
through this work. And it's just I don't want to, like, oh, actually, no, sod it. Like, yeah, you can heal anything physical.
you can heal everything.
Can
I can speak of that. I've healed everything in my
you
physical
know
body and mind.
share?
Yeah,
I would love to. Well, yeah, I would love to know more about your amazing healing.
yeah, because I feel that you and I, we've been called to share some of the same subjects, because the first episode that I did on this podcast was just me showing up, bringing everything that I received from the universe, where it's about healing the inner child. So it
Yes.
really seems like that many of us, we get the same messages through us, and it just comes out in the way that we show up with our joy and passion. So when you share that, okay, I was in this hot space when I was out there dancing, when everyone has that space where they've felt something before, they've experienced something, And it could be also golfing. It could be out there sitting there fishing in the pond. But I truly believe that everyone has a space where they have felt that, okay, this is it.
Yes.
This is where I'm just connected. And sometimes also, especially here online, it sometimes it's put out there like we have to struggle and we have to be challenged to be where we are. but
Mm-hmm.
but then you bring up here with this energy, but I took myself away from this, and then I connected with something that I had felt since I was a child, like you're dancing.
Yeah.
And and sitting here and listening to your story, highlighting every area of your story, that for everyone out there, know that if you've been in that space before, then that space is still available to you. And then, just like you said, yeah, but it's like that day, that voice, it was just there and it was loud and clear, like, this is it. It's time for me to do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when that voice shows up, it's a space of pure light and love that is just here to guide you. And how amazing for you that that voice just showed up that day to pull you in the neck and say, hey, go to Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, go there to dance. And
Yes.
for you to be here today and share your story,
Yeah.
and and people, they even have the chance to work one on one with you, like that.
Yeah.
That's a great opportunity that people have the chance with you today, because there may be a day where 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 you cannot work one on one with you. So what I see now is, if you are out there truly want to heal that inner child and take yourself back to the dance floor, feeling everything in that heart space,
Hmm.
then
Yeah.
then Alex is truly the one to bring you back to the dance floor. And I really felt that energy when you said it before. It's just, the movie I think that I watched the most times when I grew up was Dirty Dancing. And that,
Oh,
that energy of don't put baby in the corner is just what I feel here. And for many women out there, it's just time to come
oh,
up.
goosebumps. I'm covered in
Come
goosebumps.
out of that corner, and maybe the Patrick Swayze will be there to do the lift. But when you stand up and you walk out of that corner, then then someone like Patrick Swayze might show up.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, when we're connected to our hearts, when we come back to our hearts, we are, I mean, that's a whole other pod in itself, like
yeah,
we get what we emanate. So when we are so deeply connected to our heart space, we are like a magnet to our beloved, or to that thing, our desires,
yeah,
but it all starts, it all starts from within.
it does.
So yeah.
So I feel right now, because I feel that you and I, we have a lot on our heart, and this heart space, I would actually, as we go here, because I want to thank you for showing up here, but I would love to invite you for another episode if you feel like it, because I really feel that
Yes.
there's a talk about the heart space.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be an honor. I
Yeah.
would love to.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready already.
And for everyone who's been listening, thank you for staying here with us. And all the links for you to visit Alex will be in the links here below. So
Yeah.
thank you, Alex, for joining us, and may all of you just have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day with light and love. And for more information of how I can help you, go to worldtreeand.com. There's a free ebook for you, and there'll be 4 steps for you to receive on how you can connect more with your own energy. So thank you for listening, and thank you for showing up as you, Alex, and continue to do what you do.
It was such a pleasure. Thank you so much. Mwah.
You,
Love to you all.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.